Hello again. Thank you for tuning in to New Life Health Ministries. I'm Josh, mate. And today we're going to be talking about anxiety and depression. It's going to be the feel-good blog post of the year. Okay, real talk though, this is a very important topic and I'm trying not to goof around too much because I think it's very relevant to our culture and it's something that needs to be said. We need to understand what it is and how to deal with it. Both of them. First, I want you to think about Winnie the Pooh. It's a great case study for this stuff. Winnie the Pooh. Well, Rabbit had a form of anxiety called OCD. Many of us don't think of OCD as a type of anxiety, but it is. What it is that you fixate on something that triggers an anxiety attack. For me, it might be, I get a lot of social anxiety. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. It makes me kind of freak out, kind of have what's known as an anxiety attack. And obsessing with that then sometimes can cause a certain compulsions of how to deal with it. A lot of times with people with social anxiety, it might be stuff that allows them to feel control. People like, if you watch the show Monk, they're obsessed with an anxiety over cleanliness. His type of anxiety was actually a lot of phobias. And he would obsess with those phobias to the point that he then compulsively cleaned or compulsively touched every little light post when he was walking around, which is kind of funny, but it's a real thing. Because of an obsession over a fear, you then compulsively do something. And it's because of certain hormonal imbalances, and a lot of that's going to be down below. A lot of the really sciencey, what is it in detail is going to be in the actual blog, and don't really have time to talk about all that right now. This is just a brief overview. And then depression. Depression is not just, oh, I'm sad. I mean, being very sad for a season is a form of depression. When we talk about clinically someone being depressed, we all have ups and downs, but these people just stay down. And it's because another hormonal imbalance type thing. One of the reasons this might happen is because people become, much like people with diabetes are insulin resistant, some people with depression are dopamine resistant. And it can be because they've done a lot of drugs, they ate a lot of sweets, they've sex addicts, alcoholics, and they've used so much dopamine that their body stopped knowing what to do with it. So they're basically happy resistant. Again, I told you, this is going to be the feel-good vlog of the year. You could be happy resistant if you want. Yeah. That's actually why comfort food is such a thing. It's such a huge thing, and it's usually stuff like mac and cheese, chocolate cake, pizza, whatever. It's because it's this garbage that our body's taking all these sugars, all these carbs, turning them into alcohol, and allowing us to be more depressed. Because humans have this weird psychological condition where we like to wallow in it. We get down and we just wallow on it. Just stay there. It's just awesome. Anyway, but some of the ways we deal with this then are going to come down to how we eat, medicines, and church culture or something like that. Well, first, medicines are usually just going to be stuff like that imitate vitamin C, antidepressants, or for people with just anxiety, maybe just depressants to slow you down, calm you down. But usually a lot of the antidepressants used for depression also used for anxiety because it gives you kind of a state of homeostasis where you're not freaking out, you're calmed down, but you're not completely in a slump. So that's one cure through the medicine. That's kind of how they do that, and I'll talk about more medicines down below. But ask your doctor about it. Just see. A lot of us have anxiety and depression and don't know it, so ask. I mean, it can hurt. He might send you to a psychiatrist that can help you, and you might need help. So first, I would say that. Second, how you eat really affects your mood. People who eat a lot of sugar and stuff, like I just said about the comfort food, end up in depression. Obesity. One of the main side effects of obesity is depression. And it's because you have all this crap in your body. You don't have access to all the fat that is energy. If you're fat, you have energy. You just don't have access to it. All caffeine and B12 and all these vitamins and stuff do is give you access to that energy. So, what do we need energy for? It makes you feel better. So you need these vitamins, B12, C. Eat more fruits. Oranges, mango, whatever, so you can access the energy you already have eat better, feel better. Other than that, the church is really important to me, because not just because it's the church and it is the truth, but more so even because of the therapeutic values in it. When I pray to God, I pray to Christ, I can vent about my social anxiety. Like if I'm in a situation where I just can't handle it, just in my head I'm going, God, you're going to get me through this, because I know the joy of the Lord is my strength and I'm able to make it through. And it's very therapeutic to have some sense of a spiritual life. Also, parts of church that are helpful. Pastors can be very therapeutic. They'll meet with you. They'll counsel you. Small groups. A good church, I believe, has small groups. And that's where you have these groups of like 10 to 12 people that are really close to you, that you can say anything to, and they're there for you. And the sense of having someone there for you, man, that alone can conquer depression. I've seen it with a guy in a Bible study that we held in Charleston. Really struggled with depression. And just being around us. I mean, it wasn't that we preached some great message. It was just having people there. It's therapeutic and it's helpful. So even if you don't have a good church, there's many communities out there that will allow you to feel a part of something and will allow you access to someone who will counsel you. And these things are therapeutic. So I want to leave you with, understand what these things are, anxiety and depression. And I didn't have enough time to really unpack it here. So look down below, read about it, understand what these things are. Then, if you're not clinically have an anxiety disorder, if you don't clinically depressed, you can still do these other things where you find a group of people, a church, a community that you can be a part of to help you and get some therapeutic value out of that. And if, again, even if you're not clinically depressed, if you're just down right now, if you have an anxiety problem, eat better and you'll feel better. And that's really all I want to leave you with in this video. Go ahead, read more below, share this post, retweet, repost, all that things people do so people can understand and be aware of these really real problems in our society. Because I think as a society as a whole, we want everybody to feel better. And this is one way we can do that, is by sharing this message. And I'd really like y'all to do that. Comment below. Ask me questions at my email. It's yeshua.noel42@gmail.com. I'm going to put it right there. It'll be cool. I'll do this and then it'll appear. It'll be fun. But contact me. Comment on this. Repost. Let's get the message out there and get everyone feeling better and create a better society. And let this stuff go. Let's find a way to let this stuff go. Till next time, see you. That was super cheesy. And that was fun. Okay, bye.
Though his sorrows may last for the night, his joy comes in the morning. I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying it down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying it down for the joy of the Lord. I'm singing yes Lord, yes Lord, yes, yes Lord, yes Lord, yes Lord, yes, yes Lord, yes Lord, yes Lord, yes, yes Lord. I'm singing yes Lord, yes Lord, yes, yes Lord, yes Lord, yes Lord, yes, yes Lord, yes, I'm pressed for my flesh, persecuted and abandoned, tread down but not destroyed. I'm impressed beyond repairs, though his things will endure. His joy's gonna be my strength. Though his sorrows may last for the night, his joy comes in the morning. I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying it down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying it down for the joy of the Lord. I'm singing Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Amen.